first game was 12-6 for Zoggi, and now we just restarted the game. That's very neat in Tabletopia. It was never easier to clean up your table and set it up again. So now we're going into the second round. Just have to check if the camera is rolling. Yes, it is rolling. Perfect. So the first draw now. Zoggi got the crystal, which is very strong. It's the strongest card in the game, but it also comes with a risk. If the crystal is destroyed, your opponent gains +1 Riftforce, which can be huge. If you get 2 Riftforce instead of 1 for killing an elemental. And Zambo got as the first random guild, he got ice again. Let's see if he can use the ice. We saw that the Thunderbolt got discarded this round. So it's gone out of the pool of available guilds. It's gone. And Zoggi goes for water. He really likes flexibility, I guess. He also took water in the first game. I'm not sure if it was his random pick, but I know it was on his team for sure. Zambo is thinking about his possibility. He for sure wants to kill as many crystals as possible. He can attack them from as the last card. Maybe it would be good to also combine it with another damage dealer like fire. Or he goes in thinking about the shadow. Yeah, we have it double-sided. The shadow deals only 1 damage. First you have to move the shadow and then it only deals 1 damage. But if you can destroy with damage, you also receive a second, 1 more Riftforce. So that means a shadow that destroys a crystal is gaining you 3 Riftforce. It's always an epic move if this happens. You're very happy if you can pull it off. And I always say, you will tell your grandchildren about that. Remember the first tournament of Riftforce? The first virtual tournament of Riftforce when I pulled off that 3-point kill. That's what Zambo will tell his children, his grandchildren, when he can pull it off. Let's see. Oh, he's combining it now with the earth. The earth was so nasty last time. He doesn't want to give Zoggi this potential again to really annoy him and dish out so much damage. Let's see. Last pick for Zoggi. What would you pick? What would you pick? He has a healer, so he hopes he can keep his crystals alive. A little bit more flexibility and movement, but actually moving cards are countered by the ice, because cards that move always get placed in the last position. So yeah, that can really be a downside if you play against ice. Cannot hide from the ice. Still, he wants to be very flexible. He wants to move a lot with his water. Water can only move adjacent, and wind, or air as we call it, can fly anywhere. Last pick for Zambo. I would say, what would I do? Either he could combine the plants to team up with his ice, or that's what I would do. Go for the fire and maybe get the shadow a little bit, some support here. some damage support. No, he goes for the plants. Let's see. Zoggi is placing the damage tokens on the side, and he's tidying up the playing field. That's very nice of him. This time, Zoggi goes first, so Zambo will receive a random card into the middle. Let's see what the flip is. 5 Shadow. Not the best card that you wish to have there, but on the other hand, it can fly away. It can reposition if it's not happy anymore where it is. So, yeah. It's also not the worst. It's always sad if you pull out Earth and the damage is just lost. And the crashing waves start forming. We can already see the potential here. Now the question is, will Zambo oppose them, or does he start with this side first, covering up the other side? Options. Or will he invest in one at one location? It's also, whenever you play cards, you have to choose if you want to play them separately or if you want to place all of them at the same location. In the last game, we saw a very even distribution. So they were very cautious that they are not, they didn't risk losing any Riftforce by giving the opponent points for checking and drawing. Zambo played 2 Earth 6s and a 6 Shadow over there in the field. Zoggi is following up with a lot of water. There are only 9 water cards in your deck, in his whole deck, and he has 5 of them right here. Ooh, that's quite a accomplishment. Well, not accomplishment, luck of the draw, but that also means he will have a hard time to activate them. Let's see if he didn't overstretch here by playing all of them and not keeping some of them in his hand. And we can also immediately see that he wants to shield his crystal, playing it here in the back. Zambo doesn't like this water wave, this water castle that Zoggi is building here. Not only are they quite strong, but they can also be very annoying to attack, because once you attack them and they activate, they are suddenly gone. And you wonder, should I even invest here? And here are 3 5s, 2 shadows, 1 ice. Zoggi just draws as Zambo is drawing as well. 7 cards back into the hand. Let's see. Is this enough board control for Zoggi, and is he going to attack already? If he has a 6, he could kill. And there is the 6. He throws away one of his crystals because he's afraid to place them on the field, I guess. Oh, that was unexpected. He's not leaving any openings for Zambo, although he couldn't even utilize them. But now, of course, this is a lot of damage he dished out. $10 damage in one activation. That's decent. Only 3 crystals can do better. Oh, there we have a notification because I restarted the room for them. I'm Roman from One More Time Games, by the way. I forgot to introduce myself because this night is not about me, it's about our brave tournament fighters here. And there is an activation on Zambo's side. He activates 5s, but which ones? That's the question. He has 3 of the shadows and also 1 ice. What's it gonna be? He doesn't want to give those points away, I guess. First 5 he activates is the ice, and it deals 1 damage to the crystal. Then the shadow flies here, and the next shadow is also afraid. He doesn't want to keep it there because then it's dead, of course, but leaving these 2 spaces open for Zoggi is also harsh. Question: if Zoggi checks and draws, he gains 2 Riftforce, but on the other hand, he just draws 1 card, which is not very efficient, is it? What we see also here is that a lot of shadow together can be quite dangerous. Zoggi plays cards also to protect his crystal, I guess. If Zambo has a 6, he can score 2 points by killing off the 5 water here. First attacking with the earth and then flying here with the shadow. But he doesn't have to hurry, I guess. He plays 3 7s. It would be even juicier if he can kill that crystal with his with his combo with the shadow. As I said, that's an achievement that you will keep on telling everyone about. Okay, we see another activation on Zoggi's side. The 5s are activated. The air is flying around, killing. First kill, killing the shadow here. First point for Zoggi here. Zambo is keeping track of which cards are destroyed and which cards he used for activating. The second wind flies to the same position, and then we have the water that tries to hide now with his damage. I think Zoggi was wary of that kill as well, of the 2-point kill with the combination Earth Shadow that we talked about earlier. And now he hides behind. Okay. That's a hard position for Zambo to get. We have 2 cards on Zoggi's hand and 3 cards on Zambo's hand. Let's see how they use them. Now, Zambo is very strong in ice here, but with the 7, Zoggi blocked him off good. Maybe it's time for a switcheroo, switching around with the plants. It's a difficult decision. The 6s. Activate the 6s. Damage the crystal a little bit. Putting more damage on the high value water, which can move away. Doesn't seem very attractive. The other option would be that the shadow maybe wants to regroup somewhere else, pulling the shadows to another location where they can plan and scheme a little bit. This is a juicy target for some earth attack. If you have earth in your hand, you want to play it. Oh, we see an activation here. He discards a 5 to activate his 2. He activates his 2 ice cards. That's what he's doing. Dealing 5 damage in total to the wind. That's good. He wants to get rid of that wind to get to that juicy crystal here. Zoggi is playing a 5 air. I say wind sometimes. I'm sorry about that. What is it gonna be? 3 5s or all of the airs? Since he's taking the 7 air, he will use his air cards. Whoops, the damage belongs to the water. And he spreads the damage all around with his air. Exactly 2 damage are on the plant. And the earth is gone. And the second earth is gone as well. Double kill for the air, netting Zoggi 2 points, and he's already on a run again. Two cards left in Zambo's hand. Question is, does he want to close that gap, or is he not caring about the gap right now? This high flexibility gives Zambo the possibility to run away. And Zambo has 2 6s, so he closes the gap. And he will need to draw. Does Zoggi use that opportunity to draw in for him as well? Or is he going to be aggressive and attack? Oh, this looks like another activation. Yes, with a 5 light, he activates his 5s. He deals 2 damage to the shadow and 1 damage to the plants. But I guess this 5, yes, will move back in for the kill. The plant is at 3 damage. And the shadow is done for another step for Zoggi. The last 5 will be the air. It's checking where it can do the most damage. Yes. And it's spreading the damage around. Zambo will draw. Zoggi didn't leave him open space to score points. And Zoggi has to draw as well. And then it's Zambo's turn. I'm really curious what he will do. A double activation ice would kill the 5 wind, but it's not in a combo with anything else, so it's a pity. Oh, there we have a strong combo of playing Earth, killing off the nasty 7 wind, and also dealing lots of damage to the water 7 and to the water 5. And also scoring the first Riftforce for the kill. Now let's hope that the water will stay there. If Zoggi moves it away, how is he going to kill it? But there are some possibilities with his plant. Zoggi has to be aware that he's not leaving any openings for the shadow to score extra points here. The 5 water in the back is a juicy target, but you cannot attack. Shadow can only attack the first card, so he wants to make sure that this 5 stays in the back. The other thing is that this 6 here has to move before. Or every shadow has to move before, so he cannot combo that easily with a 6 activation. So he's considering all his options. The 6 activation. It's very strong. It kills off this ice for the first Riftforce. And then there's a lot of activation with the water cards. 2 damage to the outmost plant. They have some difficulty rearranging the board. 2 damage to this plant here. So 3 damage on both in total from this water switcheroo. This plant is almost done. Air could blow it away. Now, Zambo is attacking. He played another 5 using his ability, his combo with the earth and the shadow. Oh, these are 2 shadow kills in a row. That's strong. Tying him with Zoggi. So gaining 4 Riftforce for these 2 kills. Meticulously planned. Of course, leaving a gap open, but Zoggi will not draw for just 1 point with 6 cards in his hand. I really doubt that. Now, this was a very good catch-up. Woo woo woo. The tables, are they gonna turn now? Let's see. A 6 activation. He keeps on activating the water and both plants are killed. 4 damage on the ice. So he's running away again. Doesn't like to have neighbors on the Riftforce score track. Now, this looks quite grim. Now these positions are empty. Now, it would be an option to draw. But Zambo is playing. He will not leave that gap open. Although, in the meantime, I think he really dislikes those water. He really detests them. I don't think dislike is not hard enough. It's not strong enough for the feeling he has with this water. Players are discussing. And Zambo is thinking about his next move. All his cards here. He has 7 cards here in one position. And on the other side, there are only 6 cards, but he cannot utilize them as there are no cards here. But yes, we can see it. Another activation of the shadows. All 3 shadows devour the 5 water, netting him 2 points. And in that way, tying with Zoggi again. Very nice, very nice. Will Zoggi take the bait and draw? That's a good question. Or does he play some cards here? Oh, there is a light coming. Another light. And both are 5, so the third card can be a 5 or a light. Let's see. We haven't seen a lot of light in the game. So that's probably what's it gonna be. Oh, he stops playing 2 cards. That's of course also possible. With another activation of 5s, he just got another shadow combo kill. Earth, and shadow tag teaming and killing off the freshly placed light and gaining 2 Riftforce. Now he has a strong mill there. Zoggi doesn't want to play here because a 5 there is 2 points for Zambo. He can only play other cards, 6s or 7s. He flies with his wind, with his air, sorry. Again, I said wind. Dealing a lot of damage, but spreading it between the cards. He's not very cautious though. If there is another... What's happening now? What's happening now? He healed his... that's of course, yeah. He used this light to heal his wounded crystal. That's a good decision. Zoggi and Zambo are both checking and drawing. In that way, Zoggi also gains 2 points for controlling these locations. There are 2 of his elementals. And in goes the combo again. 2 earth, 1 night equal, 1 shadow equal 2 Riftforce. This is very, very hardcore now here. Zambo can pull that off, I reckon. So he's playing a 5, and he uses it to destroy the ice and the plant here. No, the why is the 6? Oh, he plays a 5 and he activates of course he activates the light and the air, killing 3 cards at once. And bringing him to 12 Riftforce. The game is not over yet. Zoggi began when was first player, so Zambo still has a go. What will he do? I think he's playing for maximum amount of points. He could play, of course, but that's not giving him any points here. He could draw for sure, as he has less than 7 cards. Still taking a point. That's what he's going to do. I guess, yes, 1 he draws, but then we have a tie. So it's again 1 action for Zoggi and 1 action for Zambo. And now Zoggi also can draw, and he's off the chart. Giving him 4 Riftforce and closing the game. 4 Riftforce, meaning 16 Riftforce to 12 Riftforce for Zoggi, and he takes the tournament home. This is the Kickstarter tournament with the winner, Zoggi and Zambo, second place taker. That was really, really fun to watch. Thank you all for being part of it.